Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to The Gray Zone. I'm Oscar Gray.
And I'm John Scott Gray.
And we're going to get into the monthly action of soccer this month.
There's been a lot going on this month, hasn't there, Oscar?
FA Cup semifinals, stuff like that.
Champions League semifinals starting.
Yeah.
FA Cup semifinals are on the screen even as we talk.
And now let's start. Why don't we dig into the FA Cup semifinals?
Sure. What's going on there?
So,
Of course, for those who don't know, FA Cup is the English championship.
longest ever tournament in soccer.
It's been around a while.
Yes. And the FA Cup semis, let's start off with Manchester United, Coventry. Manchester United were doing everything right. 3-0 up. And then they just fell apart in the 60th minute.
They tried to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
And Erik ten Hag, you're playing a team that's struggling in the second division. Struggling, mid-table team. This should be an easy win. I think Erik ten Hag out. Get him out of here. Get him out of Manchester United.
Ten Hag and the team got a lot of flack for celebrating that victory when really they had very little to celebrate. They won, but they won in very, very poor fashion.
Yeah.
And that cannot be a good sign for the final.
No.
Who are they playing in that final?
Why don't we not talk about this? Okay, fine. So, Manchester City played Chelsea.
Ah,
And Chelsea's my favorite team.
they are, aren't they?
Yes.
Oh.
And they had great chances. Nicholas Jackson just flossed one of the strikers.
For Chelsea.
Yes. He's only like 20, but still, he should be putting those in. And then, 89th minute, Bernardo Silva comes and scores to give Manchester City into the final when we also deserve to be in the final.
Who came in and scored?
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo Silva. He seems to pull big goals out of his socks. And, Chelsea's got to be proud. They're having a rough season, but finishing top 4 in the FA Cup. Not a bad result. Maybe a sign of future things to come.
Whoa. Let me stop you right there. Chelsea's actually playing right now, and the game just finished. We beat a good Tottenham Hotspur 2-0. That's good.
Beat them at Tottenham, I might add.
No, Stanford.
Oh, never mind then. Ignore me.
Yes. And then, why don't we get into the semis?
Semis of?
The Champions League.
Ah, yes. That started off with the first legs this last couple of days.
And we had a banger with Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid.
That may be one of the best games I've seen in quite a long time, at least this year.
I'll give you a little thing. So, Real Madrid scored, then a penalty for Bayern Munich tied it up. Then, it was a goal. Goal. And then Bayern Munich took a lead with a penalty. And then a penalty for Real Madrid tied it, so it ended 2-2.
If you got 4 minutes, find the highlights of that game, give it a look. They got to play one more time. They're going to change. They were playing that game in Munich. They're going to move to Madrid for the second game. That's going to be a slobber knocker.
So in the Champions League, you have a home game, a first leg, and a second leg, away game. So yeah, we get a whole 90 more minutes of that great action.
90 minutes minimum. If it's tied after that 90 minutes on aggregate, we go to extra time.
It's going to be exciting.
And if they're tied after the extra time, shootouts.
It was an exciting game, and both teams could have done better, should have done better. Let me jump into the defensive problem for Bayern Munich. Real Madrid, their fast players could just go. They weave through those defenders so easily. And a lot of fouls had to be made for Bayern Munich to keep it to only 2 goals.
I love a good foul.
Yeah, so I think Bayern Munich was struggling. So, what about the other one? Only 1 goal. Very boring game. The goal came from Nicholas Füllkrug of Dortmund. Dortmund and PSG were playing.
I thought there'd be a lot more goals scored in that game.
Yeah, it was
having
kind
just
of...
one goal, I think, shows the midfield and the defense were bending but not breaking. I know I saw PSG had several interesting provocative chances that did not materialize to a finished goal. I think when we see the second game played, we're going to see a little bit more fireworks around that goal.
Yeah, I hope. It was a very boring game.
Should we make picks for the second legs and pick winners?
Sure. That's what the Grey Zone normally does.
Hey, we're going to Madrid. I think Real Madrid's going to pull it out. It will be an extra time, however, so be ready to have an extra meal with you.
I think this is going to be a tight game. Also going to extra time because Real Madrid does just all the things. They go to extra time.
They have won 512 Champions Leagues in the last 10 years.
Yes. And basically all of them had at least 5 extra times in there.
Yeah.
They like extra time, so I think they're going to pull it out in extra time.
So you think Real Madrid's going to pull it out in extra time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about the other game?
I think it's going to be very boring because both teams are not in their best state. So I think
Sorry, I fell asleep there for a second.
one more goal from Nicholas Füllkrug of Dortmund, and it's going to be 2-0 on aggregate.
No, I totally disagree with you on this one. I think we're going to have a lot of fireworks. I think we'll see at least 3 goals from PSG. I think Dortmund will get one on the board too, but PSG will win on aggregate 3-2, moving on to the final.
That's wild, bro.
It's the Grey Zone.
This guy's crazy. With our German exchange student Finn, we did a thing. We asked who was going to win. The other two picked PSG, what I think is just absolutely insane. I picked Dortmund, and it looks
Looks good so far. It looks good on paper. We'll see how it looks in Paris next week.
Wait, we talked about Real Madrid.
We did.
But let's talk about their annoying brothers. Barcelona. Is Xavi in or out? Is he in or out?
Well, didn't Real Madrid play Barcelona recently in a game called the Clásico?
What? In La Liga? And keep this in mind. This is going to be important when we talk about it. The La Liga has not paid to get goal line technology. That's the only league in the top 5 leagues who doesn't have goal line technology. Let's just keep that in mind.
They do have eyeballs, and eyeballs looking at the goal line. But they have a very limited technology.
So we had Barcelona get on the board first.
In the Clásico?
Yeah. And then we had Real Madrid tie it up. Who took the lead after that?
I don't recall. It was back and forth.
I think it was Barcelona, then Real Madrid scored 2. One of those in extra time.
Stoppage time.
Stoppage time. And then we have...
Stoppage time was the time added on to a period, a half, if there's been some stoppages for injuries or things like that.
And then we have Lamine Yamal, the wonder kid for a bit, Barcelona. Take a shot. I've looked at the photos. I think it was in, but we couldn't tell because La Liga didn't have goal line technology.
So you're saying Real Madrid won in controversial fashion?
Yes.
3-2.
Yes. It's been twice that Barcelona has been robbed on goal line technology. One time it was Real Betis in 2016.
Well, that takes us back to your question about Barcelona's manager, because at one time he was definitely leaving. Now he says he's definitely staying, and which means we definitely don't know. What's the status?
If I bring in someone with more experience.
Who's their coach now? Who's their manager now?
Xavi Hernandez. And he's okay. He's all right. I put him at a team like Wolves, not Barcelona.
Barcelona's one of the plum positions, one of the prime spots to be, and you've got to have your A game and losing the Clasico did not help the cause there.
No, it definitely. I think Eric Ten Hag and Xavi Alonso should pack their bags and go to a 4th division team in the English triangle.
Hey, it could be a coin flip. You might know as well as we do, but we'll have to tune in and find out. Anything else on your radar? This past month was quite the month for professional football.
Wait, this is the highlight of the month. I might say, I think the Milano Derby. This is a big one because each team has 19 Spadlianos. That's the trophy. So each team has won the trophy 19 times.
The Italian Championship.
In Serie A. So, and each time you get to 10, you get a star. So if you get to 20, you get 2 stars.
So no one has 2 stars.
Juventus,
of course.
They're
the only one with 2 stars.
Yes.
Okay. Big deal. Getting that second star.
Yes, and this month it was the first time a Milano Derby has decided the Serie A. So it was big. The fireworks.
And who won that game?
Inter Milano with my boy Yanni Samo.
No. Okay, you just ruined the question. Never mind.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yanni Samo.
Tell us about Yanni Sommer. What position does Yanni Sommer play?
He's a goalie, Swiss goalie, and it was a big deal. And we had a 2-1 banger with Inter Milan getting the first 2 goals and Milan pulled one back. But there was a few big fights and there was 3 red cards.
3 red cards. It was a chippy game, a lot on the line, so it's understandable. These 2 teams, they don't get along. They don't get along because they don't get along. And they did, and Inter Milan came out on top, got that second star, that 20th Italian championship.
Mm-hmm.
Still behind Juventus, but one more championship gets one step closer.
Yeah, and this is big. So they're both from Milan. So Inter Milan has now bragging rights. It's the bragging rights.
At least for this year. Enjoy it while they can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Will Yann Sommer be with them again next year?
I am the reporter for Yann Sommer News, of course. Yeah.
Right.
And
I agree.
we have one more topic on the board.
We do. How do we have time for one more topic? It better be a quick one.
Bayer Leverkusen. They are still undefeated this season.
Won the German championship this month, didn't they?
Oh wait, they're actually playing right now, and they're beating Roma to stay undefeated.
Yeah.
And
the Europa League semifinals taking place even while we talk, and we care more about you than those games. Shockingly, we've got them. We'll watch them later.
And at Dortmund, 98th minute, a corner comes in, and of course, someone gets on the end of it to tie it to make them undefeated.
They have not lost a game this season. Last time I checked in, they were not losing the game they're playing right now.
Yeah,
they're having
checked.
a magical season.
Yeah. Rosie joins a bunch of a group of undefeated all season. Maybe. But, and then Stuttgart, they score a 94th minute winner, what is just absolutely insane. And, yeah. And I'm looking at the future for Xavi Alonso. He said he's staying one more year, so next season he's going to stay. But
is that Barcelona on the phone?
No.
Is that Manchester United on the phone?
No,
is that Liverpool on the phone?
No, he's staying at Bayer Leverkusen, so potentially he could get the Real Madrid job in 2 years' time.
Are you calling Carlo Ancelotti leaving Real Madrid?
Yes.
Well, you heard it here first, or second or third. I don't know what you listened to.
What about the players? Are they just going to get shipped out? I feel that they're just going to get shipped out. Shipped out.
Well, you gotta tune in, turn on, and find out, right?
Yep.
Well, thanks for joining us on this exciting issue of the Gray Zone, recapping all the great events of April. It's going to be an amazing May for great football around the world.
Yep.
We'll see you at the games.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you later on the Gray Zone.